Okay, welcome all back to another Board Game Bangers edition, and this one is going to be a beauty as always. So this is going to be our top 10 Christmas presents for your little ones, for your rugrats, for your walking tornadoes, for your little munchkins. These are the little beautiful children in your life that you want to buy them presents for, and these are my top 10 recommendations for gifts that you can buy those little ones. So let's get cracking into it, and number 10 is Ticket to Ride First Journey. So I've talked about Ticket to Ride before. It's a great game for families and stuff, but what Ticket to Ride Journey is, it makes it even more better for the little ones in your families. So what Ticket to Ride basically is it's a train connecting game. So you're collecting these train cards and you're building up your route network, connecting your network together. But what this game does is it removes the text. So now you've got little images for your cities instead of text. So the little kids can match up the images to the images, and it's easier for them to understand. It's sort of smaller routes as well. It's a lot easier for the little ones to get into it. But again, great for the families because you're going to be able to enjoy yourself as well. So this is my first one. Number 10, this is Ticket to Ride First Journey. So number 9 is Rhino Hero. So Rhino Hero is this card stacking game. And what it is, you sort of start out, you build the walls and you put the little roof on top. And then what happens every time you put a roof on top, it's going to tell you where the next walls go. And it might also give you some special things you have to do. So maybe you have to move the little rhino around or something special that's going to happen. And so it's a little sort of, who hasn't, when they were younger, sort of made a little card tower. And this is what this game is. It just takes that and makes it just more fun and more enjoyable. And you get this little high stacking sort of, rhino tower. It's great fun for the whole family. So this is number 9, and this is Rhino Hero. So number 8 we have for you, let's have a look. We have Draltosaurus. Draltosaurus, I love Draltosaurus. Draltosaurus is basically what you have is you're building yourself a dinosaur zoo. And what you're doing is you've got these little cute little dinosaur meeples, and you've got to roll dice, and that's going to tell you where you can put your dinosaur meeple for that round. And then you grab your meeple and you put it down there, and then you pass over your dinosaurs to the next person, and that'll give you theirs. And so that's a drafting mechanism, and for the little ones that's going to be new to them, but they're going to love that. The meeples are going to draw them in. They are so ridiculously crazy, stupid, cute. And so you're going to enjoy making this little quick 15-minute game. Look, I recommend probably for about sort of maybe 7-year-olds and up, maybe 8-year-olds and up. But Draltosaurus, a great little game for all your kids. So that was number 8. So number 7. Now this is a bit of an older game, but you know what? That's fine. If you can get hold of it, make sure you do Tiny Park. So it's a Haba game, and Haba games are great for the kids, as we know now. What this one is you were going from a dinosaur zoo now to a theme park, and what kid doesn't love a theme park? So in front of you, you have a 4x5 grid, and you're building up your theme park with different rides and attractions. And the way this works is you've got these 5 dice, and you roll the dice, and you need to match up the pictures to the polyomino shapes that are sort of laid out in front of you. And then if you match up those pictures to polyomino shape, you put the polyomino shape in your park, and you build up your park, and it's the first person to fill up their 4x5 grid. Such a quick little game. I bring this out all the time. So like I said, maybe a little bit older game, but if you can get your hands on it, highly recommend adding this one to your collection. Probably for sort of maybe 5-6-year-olds up, they would love this. Haba Tiny Park. So that was number 7. So let's move into number 6, and what we have for you is probably the biggest game on this list is Catan Junior. So Catan itself is such a great classic game now, but what this does, it takes it back a few notches for the little ones in your family. So you have a series of islands, sort of spooky, mysterious islands, and each island grows their own resources, and you collect these resources, and then you lay out your ships, and your ships then connect you to more islands, and you're building up your network from there. It's got this cute little parrot called Coco. It's such a cute game. It's going to look great table presents. The kids are going to love it. They're going to ask for this again. So for those little parody fans in your family, make sure you get them Catan Junior. So that was number 6. Okay, so what do we got next? We got number 5, and number 5 is a cheat, and we wouldn't have a Hoax video without a bit of a cheat here. So what I've got for you at number 5 is the Haba stacking games. Now, So we mentioned Haba before with Tiny Park, but Haba makes these stacking games, and the main ones you're going to probably be aware of is called Animal Upon Animal. And this is, you've got these little, again, cute little animal meeples, and you're putting them, stacking them on top of each other, and you've got to build them up without them falling over. Such a simple, great mechanic, but you know, who doesn't love that sort of game? So, but what we have for you is we've got a few. So you've got that maybe Animal Upon Animal for the older kids, but what about for the younger kids? So what we have is we have my very first games, Animal Upon Animal Junior Edition, and what we also have for you is if they like unicorns, there's an Animal Upon Animal Unicorns, there's a dinosaurs one, there's a Christmas one. There's so many different variations of this game now, so ranging for, you know, from 2 to 3 year olds up all the way up, you know, for all your family. These are a great series of games, so highly recommend Animal Upon Animal. But what also makes this one a little bit different is I'm going to chuck in Unicorn Glitter Luck, and Unicorn Glitter Luck cloud stacking in particularly. So what we have for you there is you're building, instead of the animals, you've got little clouds, and you've got little unicorns, and there's a few more little things going on with this game, but it's such a cute game. Like, I'm going to say cute about 10,000 times in this video because that's what these kids games are. So you have Unicorn Glitter Luck cloud stacking, you have all your Animal Upon Animal series. These are great stacking games, dexterity games for the kids, and they are going to love it. And that was my number 5. So number 4. Now, Dragomino. Dragomino is basically, it's the kids version of King Domino. And do you know what? King Domino is also great for kids. You may have to maybe sort of tweak the rules for the younger ones, but King Domino is also great. But the one I picked was Dragomino. So Dragomino is your, basically you're putting tiles down, you're matching sort of tiles up, and then with that you're creating little beautiful little dragon eggs, and you're becoming a dragon trainer because you're building up these little dragons, and there's so many cute things going on. And I told you I was going to say cute, and I told you, here we go. So cute Dragomino. So again, Dragomino, King Domino maybe for some older kids, but either way, this is an absolute cracker of a game, and this is my number 4, Dragomino. So number 3, now this is probably one of the newest games on the list, and it is an absolute beauty of a game, My Farm Shop. Now, My Farm Shop is you've got your own farm. You're milking your cows, you're harvesting some honey, you're collecting your eggs from the chooks. You know what? This is a great game. And then from all those ingredients, then you got to sell it in your little cute little farm shop. And you know what? I reckon My Farm Shop is going to be an absolute winner in your family. So what makes this game so unique? So your little farm in front of you, basically you've got from 2 to 12 different areas in your farm that you're sort of, again, you might be milking some cows there or some honey over there or something like that, and each one's got a number which relates to 2 dice. So you roll the 2 dice, and between 2 and 12 is going to be the action you want to choose for that round. But what makes this game unique is one person is going to roll 3 dice every round. So what's going to happen is that person then gets to pick one of those dice, and that number from 1 to 6, they get to pick an extension that they can put on their board, which changes one of those numbers, those 2 to 12 numbers, and all of a sudden their farm now is different to your farm. So they've got an upgraded variant. So for example, when you're milking cows, all of a sudden now when you milk cows, the cows are just, you know, their udders are bursting with milk, and you know, you're getting more out of it. And so all of a sudden now, as the game goes on, everyone's farm is getting different and getting unique, and it's such a great game. So My Farm Shop, I highly recommend if you can get hold of this game. You know, it's going to be an absolute beauty in the family for a long time to come. So that was number 3. So number 2, I reckon this one, we could almost call this one a classic now. Ice Cool. Ice Cool has been around for a while, and there's also Ice Cool 2, which is basically exactly the same. So don't stress if you can get one or the other, Ice Cool, Ice Cool 2. But what Ice Cool is, you've got these cute little penguins, and they're weighted down the bottom, and you can flick them around. And what makes this game awesome is inside the box, this is your game. So they come out in different, like look at this. How cute is this? You've got your little school here, and then what you'll be doing is you're flicking your penguins around, and they've got to go through these doorways, and when they do, you collect fish, and that's basically the game. You're just flicking penguins around, but my goodness, it's a fun game. So every family member is going to love it, all the way from, you know, the youngins all the way through to the grandma and grandpa. They're going to absolutely love flicking these penguins around. It is ridiculously crazy cute on steroids. So that is Ice Cool, or Ice Cool 2, whichever one you get your hands on. But this brings us to number one. So my number one game that I recommend as a Christmas present for your kids in your life, or you know, maybe there's some friends' kids, I don't care. You make sure you get this game. This game is Zombie Teenz Evolution. Now, my daughter, this is her number one game. She cannot get enough of this game. And what this game is there's zombie hordes invading your town, and what you do is you start off in the school and you've got these teenagers, and you've got to collect these 4 ingredients to make the antidote to get rid of the zombies. But what it is this is a cooperative, so you're working, so this is what's also fun with the kids, you're actually working together, so no one's actually going to win or lose together as you know, as a unit. And what I love about this is a campaign game. So what's going to happen is if you win or lose the game, things are going to change throughout until your next game. So there's 14 mysterious sort of envelopes, and as you sort of win enough games, then you get to open up this envelope, and all of a sudden you get to stuff in the game changes, and it changes so permanently for the next game. So when you start the next game, all of a sudden things are different because you opened it up during your last game. And you know what? Kids are gonna love that. They're gonna get so excited. They're gonna want to open up the next one. They're gonna keep playing it so they can keep finding out how the story unfolds. And this is my absolute pick for the kids in your life. They are gonna say, do you know what? This is an absolute board game banger. So look, everyone, that is my top 10 list with a little bit of a cheat there, but that's totally fine. So this is my top 10 list of games to buy as Christmas presents for those loved ones, again, those munchkins, those rugrats in your life. Do you know what? I think you can't go wrong with all these 10, but tell me what you reckon in the comments. Tell me, you know, what is your favorite game for the kids? And you know what? I reckon if nothing else, have a great Christmas, play some games, and just enjoy this hobby of ours. So until next time, everyone, we'll catch us later. See yas.